Welcome back. And man, welcome back for the last time of 2024 because it is the last pod of the year. This is made in the 1980s. And if you are still unaware, maybe this is the very first time your algorithm put us in your ears or your faces, pause, or that's what she said, depending on which game you play. But I am Camp from the Port, and I have my guy one more time shotgun with me on this audio adventure. And please introduce yourself to the people.
Nigga, we made it.
Please
It's me, Wang Dang. Please say the damn doodle.
say it.
It's a must.
You
It's a
know,
must.
last pod of the year, sir.
Man, it's been a
You
journey.
know. So, being this last pod of the year, I mean, we can get to all of the entertainment stuff if we really want to get into that. We could do that, right? But I want to talk about your 2024. I want to talk about your 2024 because, quiet as kept, it is now December. And this is the official first year of Potter Wang Dang. I mean, let's talk about it for real. Let's talk
Man,
about it for real, for real.
hey, just potting alone, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, made in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Proper J. Karate in the Basement podcast. I co-host Karate in the Basement podcast. Check it out on Spotify.
Yeah.
One part of a 7-man team of another podcast called Thick Skin, led by my lovely sister Shay B. You can find Thick Skin, if I'm not mistaken, on YouTube and on Spotify.
Okay.
And Apple Music.
Okay.
Also working on not necessarily a podcast, but a show, because whether you know it or not, your boy Wang Dang Doodle gets busy in the kitchen.
Okay.
And I'm currently working on a show right now with my young cousin, Coach Key, called Flame Bros, where we will be cooking meals for you guys, simplified. Ain't none of these 47 fucking ingredients and you gotta add this and that. Simplified. Wow. I'll probably just be cracking jokes on him while he do his flaming thing, because I don't indulge. But so yeah, just 2024 has been busy for me just in podcasting alone. And mind you, I knew nothing about podcasting prior to 2024.
Yo, hey, man. And that is amazing, right? Because you went from, like you said, not knowing much at all to being in what? 3 shows, 1 video centric program, and you probably definitely at 100 episodes just in this year.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? So now that you have finally done the thing that I want to say you've probably been sitting on for probably about maybe like 8 to 10 years, maybe?
Possibly.
What do you think as we move into 2025? Like what do you don't have to really give me a trajectory, but what do you feel is the mission? What is the goal for you now that you have had all these experiences, different dynamics, different groups, different contact covering, different ways to attack the same topics, and then also as well coming into your own. What do you see for yourself as you move into 2025?
I'm currently working on. I want to do my own show surrounding me.
There we go.
I have lived a little old Freeport with about 26,000 people in it.
No mall.
I personally feel like I've lived an extremely detailed and interesting life.
Mm-hmm.
Some good, some bad, some terrible.
Mm.
And I'm not embarrassed of my life. I'm not ashamed of my life. Of course, everybody wish they could have did some shit better, but
Sure.
you live and learn. But yeah, I'm strongly considering doing my own. What they call it, a vlog. That's what they was calling it.
Yeah.
At one time.
It could definitely be that. It could still be that. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, hey, just like there's an audio element to this, there's a video element. And all things considered, the YouTube version of this show could be considered vlogging as well. So yeah,
all this stuff is brand new to me. As far as me being intertwined in it. But yeah, I feel like with everything that I'm doing and anybody that follows one, maybe two of the pods that I've been a part of,
mm-hmm.
can probably see that I probably got a lot of shit to say. It may piss you off. You may love me. You may hate me. Fuck. I said it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's for potting alone. That's been my 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you want me to go into the dark part of 2024, but
hey, I mean, hey, look, we'll
be here
let
for a little while.
You know what I'm saying, and we'll let you discuss that on your own time once you get that first episode cracking. It's only right. You can't give all the exclusives to me. You got to save something for yourself. It's got to happen that way.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong, 2024 was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Oh boy, I had some moments.
For sure. Hey, well, you know what? Outside of that, let's talk now, right? 2024. What was your highlight? What was the highlight of 2024 for Wang Dang? Please say the damn doodle.
Highlight. I won't even say that it was even my highlight, but it was one of the things that I don't want to speak for every father, but I think majority of fathers can agree with what I'm saying. When my son called me and told me he was moving out on his own, and since he's done that, probably 90% of the time, everything that we've discussed since he's been on his own has been positive encounter. So that means somewhere down the line, I know I did right by him.
That's awesome.
He listened, he paid attention, and even the stuff that he still didn't comprehend, he's still not above calling me to ask me what's next.
Awesome.
That will probably be my highlight, like the high of high for 2024, knowing that my son is turning into a man.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. Easily my favorite part.
I like that. So do you have a you got like a top 3? Because as I ask this question, I know I'm about to be long-winded. So so I want to give you some time to cook. I'm trying to give you some time to cook because once I get rolling.
Okay, that one, my son.
Okay.
I really think this year, me and my girl, we really got to a point where we really get each other.
Okay.
Like it was not to put her business out there, but to put her business out there. Her previous relationships gave her really bad trust issues, and she questioned every fucking thing I did, even though everything that I was doing was on the up and up. So I did almost 5 years of proving myself.
Wow.
And I think this year she finally is saying, okay, maybe you ain't full of shit.
But you know, I mean, hey, you know what? But that's awesome, even though, you know, I don't think that many men realize it, but we all go through that, like, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're not the guy that the girl lost her virginity to, you have a lot of groundwork to cover for the other motherfuckers who really dicked her around in more ways than 3. You know what I mean? So it's like, so like we at every new game you're behind 20 points. You just better hope you don't fatigue easy. Like, that's just what it is. And like, that's especially when you're our age, when you're in your 30s, when you're in your 40s, you got this situation where teenage love is dead. You've probably slurred yourself out in all the clubs in your 20s. You might have crept into your early 30s, but now, you know, you are dealing with the residual baggage that comes with both men and women. You know, I'm not going to just blame one side. That's not how the world works, right? And so with that, you take your jaded ass, you know, you take your jaded, insecure, and unsure ass, and you try to find somebody else who's just as jaded and insecure as you are. And you guys hope that you can connect on some common ground to make it and progress forward. So salute to both of you two for doing the work, right? Because it is work. All relationships are work, no matter how serious or non-serious you would like them to be. They're work. So salute to both of you for making it to the 5-piece one. You know what I'm saying? And then for the 5-piece to lead to the milestone of the dissipating of trust issues, and it's just trust there. That's awesome, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Love. No Remy and Pap.
yeah, definitely no Remy and Pap now. No Remy and Pap. But still shout to Black Love always, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So man, I won't lie. And I'm hoping I'm saying them in order. I got a top 5 for 2024. To be real, 2024 is probably one of the top 5 milestone years of my entire life.
Okay.
And I've done a pretty decent job of living, you know what I mean, for the most part, you know what I mean? So so for number 5, for me, it would have to be going to Belize. It's a place that I never anticipated going to, even while I was hearing it name dropped in rap songs, right? I never really planned on going there, but it definitely was a reminder of how much I have and how much I don't need. And for me personally, I needed to get centered in that. And you know, it really had me contemplating if I want to be a minimalist, and if so, at what extent, you know. And I'll say that that experience for me, and then especially being able to go with my wife and then go with like our friends and travel and see just another part of the world, that officially never gets old. I now even though I've said millions of things about budgeting and saving and needing to you know, just dial back on expenses, I would like to work myself into a space where I'm leaving the country at least twice a year. I think that would be just an awesome thing to do. Even if it's just for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Just three days, maybe 4 nights, or 3 days, 2 nights, however it works. But I would definitely like to do that. I would say number 4 for
Wait, hold
me.
on. Before you go on,
Yeah.
let's go back to this minimalist.
Yeah.
Topic.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Okay, so this will be the second time that I've actually listened to a person discuss being a minimalist. First time I
Yes.
heard it was Marlon Wayne's interview with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Belize and you saw how simple life was without needing all of these things.
Yeah. Yep.
And you realize life can be just as uplifting and happy and joyful with just what you need, right?
For sure.
Okay. So I guess my question is, why do we feel we need all of these things? Like, why do we need 20 pairs of shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need 3 vehicles? Why do we need, you know, 7 TVs in the house, but only 3 people live here?
For sure. And you know what? And my answer to that in all honesty is because we live in America. We live in America where overconsumption is the norm. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I look at when I look at my life and I look at all the things that I like purchase and acquire. Look, the Cypher Sinatra YouTube channel, which is, RIP to that, right? A big part of that was an extension of my overconsumption. Because yeah, I was flipping pieces and showing people how to wear things 2 or 3 different times, but there was also a time, and it spurts throughout that where I was sitting there and like, man, I got to give them something else though. They ain't like, I can't show these shoes the 5th time because it's basically the same outfit. Or, well, if I get this new tie, I can flip this and do that. And to this day, I still look in my closet like I have nothing to fucking wear. And I'm lying. I'm lying to myself. Every time I look in the damn closet, I'm like, man, I just wish I had like just basic pieces. And then I'm like, damn, I need more statement pieces. And then it's just, and the cycle just never ends, right? Because you keep just purchasing. And and you know, coming from a time where my mom used to buy me clothes once a year, maybe twice, depending on how much I grew between the first day of school and Christmas. I think I'm also living that, like fighting that aspect of, well, man, you know what? I never had Jordans until I was 35, 36, like 36, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and now I got 4 pair, you know what I mean? Um, and I think that because the majority mindset is, live fast, die young, YOLO, spin, 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 money, cash, hoes, blow a bag, get the bag, blow a bag, break bread. So we think of every single reason to spend, but we don't but if we really get a chance to just go somewhere else and just see how much we overconsume and how weird it looks in a different area of the world, I think it just recalibrates you differently. Like, bro, I was in a country where golf carts were used as transportation and there were no streetlights.
Huh.
I was in a spot where where you're off on an island. And yes, there's electricity, there's running water and plumbing and things of that nature, but you know, uh nobody's tripping off of how new or old my tea is. I didn't put on a bunch of clothes, like whether like I didn't wear jeans, I didn't wear shoe, I wore water shoes. I didn't even bring all of my like the dunks I wore through the airport. They never seen the light of day until it was time for me to leave again. And it's when you have that experience. Well, I'll speak for me because everybody may not be like me. So let me not, just cast out how I feel on everybody else. When I have those experiences of just living off of what is in my bag and not even using half of my bag, I'd be like, man, yeah, I got this thing messed up. I got this thing messed up. I could live off of less than this because I'm doing it right now. Don't get me wrong, money is always important. I am team money to the casket drop, but I became more mindful of my consumption. So to tie my 5 into my 4, I'll say, man, I'm very proud of myself just of the amount of self-awareness that I increased myself to this year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
um, and going on a trip like to Belize helped me with more of my self-awareness. Like, who do I want to be? Where do I want to go? What do I want to have? Who do I want to have in life? What will I leave where it needs to be, and what will I grow and cultivate? Um, and I mean, as you know, I'm a therapy advocate. I'm a real conversation. I'm a tough conversation advocate. I do my very best to tell the unfiltered truth, not to be a dick, not to be a rude person, but because I think people truly need to hear the truth from you, no matter what it is. And me just growing as a human, growing through a lot of the periods of depression that I've had over the last, let's say, 10 to 12 years. Um, well, 14 years, if I'm being honest, 14, 15. Growing and going through a lot of the relationship issues, personal, professional, family, intimate, all of it. And really coming on the other side of it fully. I think within this year for sure, and going to a new level, I think that helps me. And then one of the highlights of my 2024 was just being a better person at handling life, even though it gets super challenging. You know, it's super challenging, and I often don't know how I'm going to make it to or through certain situations, but I know that I keep showing up for myself, and uh, the strength and the self awareness is knowing when you definitely can and when you definitely can't, and it's still being okay.
That's a bar.
Uh,
That's a bar.
yeah, man. So
A lot, a lot of people don't get that concept.
yeah,
Like you got to understand that your attempt at it is a win because you tried.
yeah, yeah.
And sometimes it's even hard for me to wrap my head around. Just like sometimes I'll be feeling like that ain't enough.
Hmm.
But it really is.
Yeah. it
Try
really
it.
is.
It work. Try something different.
Yeah, man. And especially for everybody 35 and older, man, it's not over for you. Keep starting over if you need to, and just know that like everybody's on the quest to make it at something, but the realest thing you can be is real with yourself. And I mean, to me, I mean, that's like and you can ask some of the homies, you can ask my wife. I don't really care about much or any, like, a lot of people. I don't really care, but and it's not me being dismissive to other people's problems, because I am working that much harder on myself, because I know that I have the ability to affect everything around me, positively or negatively. And I choose to Before I say or do anything in regards to somebody else, I'm going to make sure that I am working on myself first, so it doesn't even give me the bandwidth to react to a lot of stuff or a lot of stuff in real time.
I mean, how you gonna fix me and you broke?
Facts. You know what I mean?
You
You know,
can't fix me, you broken.
exactly. And nobody wins. Nobody plays and has fun when all the toys in the box are broken. You know,
It's not possible. And a
so
bar.
you know what I'm saying. Which brings us to number 3. So the number 3 thing that I super enjoyed this year was, man, made in the 1980s. You
Man,
know, this and the official Camp from the Port YouTube channel. Although it was revamped and or created because of loss, again, RIP to the Cypher Sinatra channel. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do, or if I even had the spirit to do it. I am so glad to be back in the space where I can create regularly. I didn't realize how sane it kept me and how much it kept me wanting to go for something until I was trying to figure out what I was going to do instead of it. So for me, this has been amazing. All I had in my mind was, whatever I do now, I gotta have it just universal. I have to have it where anybody could virtually connect to it, I wanted to grow something that was bigger than me, that could represent more than me, that could represent a lot of things. And then nothing to me spoke more to where I'm at right now in life than just made in the 1980s. This it is a nostalgia show for a good portion of it, but the majority of it is, man, y'all listening, and hopefully even when we book our guest, that you just hear just 80s babies perspectives, and that's what it's really about. Just being us in this time, talking the way we talk, living the way we live, and why, and the memories, the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. It represents all of that to me. So I'm very happy that we got past episode 40. I was happy to get past episode 7 and 10 and 15. So, and man, and I can't not talk about this show being a highlight without thanking you for being on the majority of the episodes of this year. You know what I'm saying?
dude, hey, no, I need to thank you, dude. This was, I don't know if I ever told you.
Mhm.
I don't know if I ever told you, but I greatly appreciate the fact that you trusted me with your baby.
Yeah, man, for
Like,
sure.
this, me knowing you, I know how much this means to you.
Yeah.
And even if I wasn't a part of it, this was something that you were still going to do.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you said, I'm gonna have Wayne Dang Doodle on the show, and then you asked me back. I think you went maybe 1 or 2 without me,
Mm-hmm.
and then you asked me back, and then it was just an ongoing thing to where I bullied my way in.
I mean,
But,
I don't think it's bullying though. But go ahead.
but the fact that, like I said, the fact that you entrusted me to be a part of what I will call your baby,
Mm-hmm.
I greatly appreciate you, especially with the fact that I had zero experience. I had my cell phone, some Galaxy Buds, in whatever room I could go into that was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times we ended up in my bedroom because there was too much going on in the house.
Yeah.
And you said it's fine. I'm not tripping. You
Working
easily
out
could
the
have been
post
like,
production.
look, nigga, you need to get your shit right. Nigga, your sound quality is fucked up. Nigga, pick a room.
Yeah, no, man, hey, no, but hey, instead I was like, we're working on the post production. It's all good. We'll work it.
And you dealt with that for months out of me. So thank you for having the patience and allowing me to get to this point.
I dig it, man. No, I was gonna say I dig it, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I know what it's like to be you, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of this, where like you are just you have ideas and you're hoping to create an opportunity, but you're not even really sure how to start that opportunity for yourself.
Right.
So I know for me, I navigated through all that the first year I ever started like trying to even just record myself doing anything. And this is going back to when I was trying to put out mixtapes and do shows and do interviews, like as a person being interviewed, and then flipping it to the radio piece. So now I'm the A mic, and I'm, trying to do NLE TV and NLE radio, and the lights go out behind me. But fuck that. I'm not getting rid of this content. Keep recording. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or, just anything. And there's been so many things for me, just audio wise, video wise, time wise. And, I know that the way I speak to you about doing the show, your progress in the show, and just what you quote need or don't need to do, I know how that can just have you turn right around or just sit still. Just be like, you know what? Well, man, maybe I'll just wait till I'm better. It's like, nah, because the game really is working through it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to work as hard and as great through the good and perfect scenarios as you will through the bad ones, or the unfortunate ones, or the damn, how did that even happen ones. You know what I mean? Because if you're only gonna do it when it's good, or when the climate and when the atmosphere is perfect, then you're guaranteed to do less than 10 shows a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I thank you, and thank you for taking the chance on a new format show for me, where I really wasn't sure what I was gonna do after I got 3 or 4 episodes out, because I started thinking and I started making changes, and there were subtle changes and there were subtle directions I wanted to go in, but like even I was figuring it out for this show while we were on the move. And of course, my brain moves so fast that I don't even realize, well, everybody ain't even saw this yet, Cam. Everybody ain't heard this. Like, you don't have to change anything. But that's not how my mind works. So I've been trying to stay calm as I think of everything. I'm on 2027 right now in my mind when it comes to the show. So, but yes, made in the 1980s, Camp from the Port YouTube channel. It was so good for me to um, get back again into the creative space, but then also really doing just a better job of branding myself. That's been a really great highlight for me this year as well. I wasn't sure what to do or how to do it, because, to be honest, with all of you that can hear this or see this, I felt like a super fucking failure, okay, in the world of just content and creation. Um, Not because, I don't have millions of dollars or anything like that, but a lot of time has passed, and I haven't, outside the first Black Champ, I haven't consistently done anything that was sustainable or that was consistently profitable. And to me, profitable, if this made $100 a month, I'd be like, oh, bet, well, I have a profitable show. I'll keep building off of that. But that wasn't the case. Sometimes I sell t-shirts, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll get an opportunity to make a few dollars, sometimes I won't. There is no consistent revenue stream for me to be Camp from the Port, but there was not one when it was Cypher Sinatra. There was not one when it was Cam Quotes. It was not one when it was Cam P. There's just literally just everything, and I spin my wheels, and I've made so many changes. And this year, 2024, is the year that I finally was just like, well, I'm just going to change and stick with the change, because maybe, just maybe, the problem with me is I don't stay around long enough. And in my mind every day, Wang, I have that picture of the two guys in the diamond mine, and the one guy is one hit away from the diamonds from falling out, but he's walking the other direction, versus the guy that's up there still going. And I'm like, damn, I'm the dude that keep walking away. And I was like, I got to stop walking away. I got to stop doing that. So for me, just sticking to one idea, one show, one persona, all the way to December. That is a feat for me, for anybody that has known me and watched me over the years and times. And not for nothing, I have been calling myself Camp from the Port on First Black Champ for quite a few years now. And that's actually how I just kind of recreated and spawned this idea for Made in 1980s, because that's just all about me and my love for wrestling. But, that's how I started, as this kid in Freeport, Illinois, that loved wrestling. And I speak reflectively as well as present day. And to take that and then spin it off into another show program, I'm just really happy that I've been able to do that. And I'm happy with the work. I'm happy with the show. I'm happy with the episodes that we do. I'm happy with the guests we've had so far, and we have another one on deck. Somebody wants to be on the show in January. So I got to figure out some topics. We got to figure out some topics. So we'll make it a 3-man show, 3-person show. Yeah, man, I'm just happy that I've been able to remain consistent and diligent. And that was super important for me to experience this year, as I tried to make some very, very important changes with this. No secret to anybody that probably knows me for real, but like I would love to create full time. But that's not going to come without the work and the consistency, and to keep striking until we hit the diamonds. So, there's that.
With this one, you can't just give up, because I'm here now.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want the person that you are to just wake up and give up, you're gonna feel like you're giving up on me now.
Yeah, and that definitely is going to be a difficult pill to swallow.
That's an extra push.
For sure. No, for sure. Hey, look, no, Made in 1980s is not going to go anywhere. We're gonna build and expand. Where we're going to hopefully, the right way, it scales even bigger for 2025. And then that's all I'll say. I don't want to give out too much vision, because I gotta write some of it down myself still. So man, so wow, so 3. And yeah, I figured y'all one detail. So here's number 2. So hey, number 2 for me, going to Costa Rica, getting engaged. Again, leaving the country.
Number 1, but go ahead.
Oh, hey, listen, don't get me wrong. Super player moment for me. I think that was like the second time I had been out of the country, period. And because we have so many really cool hip happening and just great people around us that we um have the pleasure of calling friends, right? I was able to turn a birthday weekend celebration and take a piece of that weekend and have something special for myself. And there's extreme gratitude for that. But to have a plan in place, especially for me, just again, my relationship life is a whole Patreon mini series waiting to happen. So we're not even going to get into that much detail, right? What we're going to do is stick here with the extreme positive. And the extreme positive was is like, yo, this went off without a hitch. It was hands down the coolest thing I've executed while on Cloud 15. It was undoubtedly a moment in time that I didn't realize it resonated with so many people until after I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like the messages and the calls that I got from like the homies as well as just other people that see or saw this. Um, and most importantly, I got to make a very special person happy with this orchestrating and this gesture, which you know believe it or not, I had never seen before. So that in itself, it was a grand moment. I now also, due to the trip to Costa Rica, I now know what it means to hear some records out of country or on vacation, and how you just shake your ass a little harder because the music hits better around palm trees and water. You know what I'm saying? So like there's so many different things. I encourage all of you brothers and sisters out there, if you haven't, man, get a passport. You ain't gotta spend tens of thousands of dollars. I've been getting it done for like under three. Like, and we've been places for like days. Please do yourself the service of putting yourself in a different country, put yourself on a plane with a passport, go somewhere else. Again, even if it's only for 2 or 3 days, I'm telling you, there is just something about seeing how other people live and just getting away from your everyday, your grind, your 9 to 5, maybe your children. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your parents, maybe just the people around you. Maybe you just need to be around just different people that don't know who you are and just experience life at that frequency. Man, I think it's vitally important. Travel for me is life changing. I have no choice but to thank my wife for that because I had never left the country ever before we got together. Like I never went anywhere. So that was super valuable to me and unquestionably number two. And probably would have been number one, but hey, it's number two. So, you know, just how it is. So would that be I'm sorry, we
Oh, because
okay.
now I know where
Yeah.
number one is going.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so the only way to top number two was to do number one. And so for me, hands down, greatest day of the year, um, greatest greatest day of my life. But I'm sure my mom would be like, "Yo, your first birthday, like, come on, like." But whatever, mom. But but I'll say 9/15/24. Um, everything about getting married in Vegas, the Vegas weekend for me, 2024, that was the pinnacle. Yep, that is right. You do not need to get engaged and then wait a year or 2 years or more and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars to have a great and memorable wedding. And that's exactly what we did. Now, granted, I won't cap. This is probably more on me because if I left it up to my wife, we'd probably been in some castle somewhere spending like $50,000 on like some crabs I can't even eat. But it would have been an amazing time. It'd have been like 20 bridesmaids and like 8 groomsmen because I don't fuck with everybody. And it would have been great. It would have been a great time. But man, to get ourselves in a position where it was us, our parents, and all the friends that could make it into a city I never been before. Look, I never been nowhere. First time going to Vegas, 2024. That's like I ain't been nowhere. So to see that, to see Vegas, to have that experience, man, it was amazing. I don't I appreciate life at a greater frequency because of the last 4 years for sure. But I think the Vegas weekend kind of like summed up the entire why. Like, like um everything about this union to me was that weekend. It was kind of like the whole 3 years or 4 years. Well, it wasn't quite four, but all of that, if you could wrap it up and to tell you like what it means in like 3 or 4 days, the Vegas weekend was exactly that.
Beautiful.
So, you know what I'm
Beautiful.
saying? So you don't get much better than that. Um, I think even with everything unexpected, with everything, that it was definitely less is more. It was just more than enough. It was just the way things should be, the sequencing of it, um, the symbolism behind 9/15/24. Obviously, if you guys are math whizzes, 9 plus 15 is 24, you know. Also, her birthday is May 9th, mine is May 15th. And I think I explained this on the previous episode, but just one more time in case this is your first time listening. So bringing all these things together. Also, hey, look, I'm a true fan of fall, autumn, if you will, the season, and now she is because she's trying to bite my style. But other than that, like the end of summer into fall, September, one of our favorite months weather-wise, like it just everything just made a whole lot of sense. And I was glad that even me strategically planning all of this and seeing the vision and for it to actually come true and come out actually probably I would say even greater than I expected. I was like, yeah, there is no topping that for me this year. And shit, probably where we're sitting at, there's only like one other moment I would pick over that for this decade. So um and maybe we'll talk about that at another time. So but yeah, that for me though, Wang, that is the top five for me of the year of 2024.
Well, I'm hoping my 2025 can be just as prosperous to where I can have five. But like I said, a lot of my 2025 was not the best moments.
I got you.
But thank God the three moments I gave
Yeah.
surpassed the bad.
Yes. Hey, and because we both got our things for 2024, I I needed five because the other list I want to give y'all, I'll probably get arrested. You know what I mean? Like I'll be in contempt of court. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, so so I totally get it. I totally get it. But yes, hey man, here's the 2025. Matter of fact, man, let's talk 2025 real quick. What's the vibe for 2025, man? What I'll tell you to give you like just a better frame of mind, right? Usually I pick a word to define my 20, well, whatever year it is, right? Like one year I think I was like finally climbing out of depression, so I picked gratitude. That was my word. And then I think happiness was one. And then like, well, this year it was elevation, to do everything greater than I did the previous year. And I'm gonna run one word back that I've used before. But if you could pick a word or a vibe for your 2025, what do you think Yeah, well, no, what do you know? Because you're gonna put in the work. What do you know it's gonna be for 2025?
What the word that you just used, elevation.
Mm.
My plan for 2025 is fucking up. Like,
I like it.
I'm in fifth fucking gear. It ain't a fucking brake pad, caliper, rotor on the motherfucking car. I'm not bullshit.
Mm.
I never cared for traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Childhood trauma.
Mm.
Hate traveling. My girl is always wanting to be on the go. We've been a couple places together, and I can say everywhere that we went, I've had a good time.
Awesome.
Me and her living in what 7-hour drive, I think. Me and her had never been to St. Louis.
Oh wow.
Went to St. Louis for her. No, I think we just went. I don't even think we went for nothing special. I think we just went.
Even better.
Had an amazing time.
Yeah.
Went to South Carolina for like 4 or 5 days. We didn't realize we were in danger. We had a phenomenal fucking time.
Mm.
So I say 2025. She don't know this, but I've already been saving money.
Hey.
So when the weather breaks, I ain't gonna say when the weather break, maybe even in March. We're getting on a plane. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
I'm not. Look, I got a kid out of the house that's doing damn good on his own.
Mm-hmm.
That's money in my pocket.
Facts.
I got a daughter that's really independent.
That's even more money.
Even more money in my pocket. I feel like I'm going to get the opportunity to feel like what it feels like to be retired early. I'm retired.
I dig it.
All 2025,
Mm.
my goal is at least 2 trips.
Nice. That's awesome.
And if I can do 3, even better. My goal is to upgrade everything in my life.
I like it.
Everything from vehicles, potentially a bigger house.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to elevate everything in my house 2025. I'm not
That's
fucking
beautiful. That's beautiful. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And that is, see, that's an abundant mindset, my brother. And you're going to see it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you even just have it in your mind that you want to see it for yourself is definitely going to happen for you. It's definitely going to happen for you. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it, to just watch it and become even more inspired, because that's what it takes. You know, it takes having the idea, saying it, writing it down, but then actually going out there and trying to live that. You know what I mean? So that's going to be awesome. Best of blessings to you in the new year, because I mean, hey, I'm sure that you've already started right now. So
I started about 6 months
ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's even greater. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, and I'm glad that you said that and could even co-sign it, because you know, for so often I used to think about, oh, I'm gonna wait to the new year. You know, well, when the ball drop, nigga, I'm on my shit. Nah, because it's like, if you got the idea, create the motion now. Make January 1st even smoother. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't push the button at 11:59 on the 31st. You know, hey, if you thought about it on December 17th, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't like let's not wait. It's true. If you thought about it on October 9th, do it. You know, put the work in, plant the seeds then, because that's how real motion is created. I mean, I know we would all love to snap our fingers like Thanos and the world just changed to whatever we say, but that ain't the reality, man. That's not the reality. And the more that we plant those seeds, put in that work at a moment's notice, and not schedule it out. Like don't schedule your greatness. Don't schedule your, you know what I'm saying, your willingness. You just got to get to it, man. So I'm so happy to hear that. I'm gonna revamp a word that I used before, because now the word means even more to me now than ever. And that word for me in 2025 is freedom.
Oh,
Freedom, man. Freedom for me. I think I got a crash course in why I need freedom, especially like the second half of the year. So going into like July up until now. Now, don't get me wrong. I had a really great year overall. You know, hey, as Jeezy once said, minus the bullshit, life's great. And I totally co-signed that. But the bullshit was lack of freedom. You dig what I'm saying?
I ain't used that word since 2010.
You know what I'm saying? So man, so freedom. And you know, and for me, it's freedom to move, freedom to go, freedom to choose. And you know, no secret, I don't plan to be working a regular job in 2025. You know, at least not all of it. If I said this, and it's not really jokingly, cause shout to Shine, because I'm gonna take his motivation. Man, if I'm still in the same place that I am in December of 2025, I want somebody to shoot me in the face. Like that's how serious. That's how serious I am about how today's reality, this year's reality for me will not be the same. And it's nothing personal. It's just me becoming an older man that just I believe in myself in such a high level, man. I'm itching to make a couple moves that uh, may seem very selfish, but it's because I do have an actual plan for myself. I have a plan, and my plan it's rooted in being a full time entrepreneur. It's based in being a full time creator, and to really get my freedom back to enjoy life. I don't like the aspect of needing to put in vacation days. I don't like the aspect that somebody can literally control how much money I make or don't make. And as a person throughout my lifetime, I've been hired before. I've been fired a couple times. I've dodged a couple layoffs. And you know what, man? What I've learned in just my work history is that it none of it ever made me feel good. But I was just too damn scared or didn't have the right ideas at the right time to make certain things happen for me. And I'm over that. I'm over that. And freedom, the elevation of freedom for me is 100% full time, earning my own keep, eating what I kill, and just being on my time. Hey, who knows? I might do about 20 episodes of Made in 1980s from Jamaica in 2026 because I'm that damn free in 2025. Who knows? But that is the plan. That is the plan of action. Freedom, freedom, freedom. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Sojourner Truth or Harriet Tubman or or MLK. Anybody that actually helped us get free, I'm trying to be one of them. I'm trying to show people freedom at a whole new level
I
next
wonder
year.
if I can get away with that. Doing an episode on vacation. I might get beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let's do this episode behind the palm trees.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Get a couple get a couple of palm trees, and like maybe a little Mai Tai or something, man, and you rock out, you know? It's all possible.
I
So
like freedom all the way around.
yeah, man, freedom and elevation, man. It definitely is freedom, elevation, upgrade, all of it. All of it. I think it's needed. And hey man, just know that however y'all see it, I literally do it to inspire, man. I'm not about to show y'all Rolls Royces and private jets and Rolexes. I'm not on that. I'm not on that at all. Now, you might see me shaking ass to that Chris Brown and DeVito, though. That you know what I'm saying? You might be out there. Mm, I might do that, but nothing else. Nothing else in the aspect of being flashy, because I take everything about this life I want to live very seriously. So, so even building my investment portfolio is part of the freedom too. You know.
Man, I like, dude, we talked about this game plan.
Yeah.
I love every bit of it.
Yeah.
And like I told you when we first discussed it, you let me know what I need to
do. For sure.
What position you need me in? Pause. I got you.
Yeah, for sure.
I got you.
For sure. For sure. Man, absolutely. Man, you know what? Wow, that was such a strong note. I do got one final question for you.
Let's do it.
Last part of the year, but it's not quite New Year's Eve yet. I want to know, either you can do either or. You can either share what you're gonna do for New Year's Eve, or you can tell me or us about your best, worst, or most embarrassing New Year's Eve story.
No. Okay. See, I can't really give you a worse because I never really had a bad New Year's experience. My family always either did something as a whole, because everybody know New Year's Eve, the night of New Year's Eve is usually not the safest night to be out on the town.
That's a fact.
So my family would normally pick a house, which usually be my cousin Londa's house, and that's where everybody would do New Year. But as I got older, my New Year highlight is I always got to bring New Year in with my children.
Nice.
So if y'all ain't figured it out by now, like, I'm a dad. Like, I don't do none of that part time shit. Like, I'm with my kids every fucking day.
Yeah, there we go.
So I would opt out, on the party, and I would go board games and makeup games and snacks and drinks and movies, video, whatever it was. And I would bring the New Year in with my two.
I dig it.
That was always my, like, even, and maybe because I'm older, you know what? I can't give you a fucked up New Year's story.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get to it.
Now that I think about it, one New Year, we was at my Aunt Bucci's house, and everything was going smooth. Because, like I said, we always came together as a collective, and everybody smooth. We get ready to leave, and I let somebody talk me into, hey, so and so is having a party.
That's how I start.
I wasn't overly intoxicated, but I still should have just went home.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm young, I'm stupid. Cool, slide to the party. I picked my best friend up. We go to the party. I was into it with some cats. And I'm trying to party though. We can say that for another time. Mm-hmm. We ain't no hands about this, whatever this beef. Because see, I wasn't beefing with them, they was beefing with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always interesting.
So at the party, they was in the kitchen frying chicken. So I was gonna go in there. Gonna go in there and give me some chicken.
Right.
One of the dudes that I was beefing with directly walks up on me. Says, I heard you got one like I got.
Like, whoa, hold on. Like, what do you even mean?
What fuck is you on, nigga?
Okay.
I heard you got one like I got. He flashed his joint.
Oh, word. Oh, wow.
Back then, the saying was, they didn't stop making them when they made yours.
That's a fact.
It's New Year's. I got mine on me too.
You know what I'm saying?
I got 2 of them on me. I'm on that type of guy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Yosemite Sam on this hole. What you saying to me?
Ruthless Tooth's got time for this shit. So, like I said, a little intoxicated. So I ain't really on my swivel like I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
One of the cats had got behind me. Didn't know he was behind me. But my best friend had been peeping the whole shit. So since you pump faking,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show you what we do with these. So my best friend see I'm about to reach. It just so happened we made eye contact and he does this.
Oh.
I don't know what that means yet, but I do know he's telling me not to do that for a reason.
For sure.
You got it. I walk out of the kitchen, go to the part where everybody over there dancing and partying. Cool. I asked was just like, what was that about? So-and-so that was with him was behind you with his too.
Oh. God.
So if I had a pool, I'm vulnerable as hell.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. We got out of that. We should have left. But we didn't.
Right. Of course not. Of course not. You're not leaving.
This guy starts shooting. The guy that was facing starts shooting in the party in the air.
Oh, shit.
Let it. We get up out of there. Get to the crib. We cooling. Watch TV. So my phone started blowing up. You good? You good? You good? Right, I'm at the crib.
All right.
Yeah, look. Somebody said you just got shot at so-and-so. No, I didn't. I'm at the crib chilling. Another call. So they said you got shot at the party. No, I did not. Text message. Did you get shot? You okay? No. Got me to the point where I was scared.
Right.
I'm with my best friend. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Like, am I hitting? I don't know it.
Right. Like, am I just sitting here with a bullet lodged in my chest?
I don't know it. You know, like. So he's like, "No, fool, you good." So that was my fucked up New Year's story. I got shot, but I ain't get shot. But yeah, but that was also when I just go to the family function, go home. Crazy part is, me and this dude never even fought. We cool now.
Wow. Hey. Yo. And that's what it means to be black in America, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that's literally what it means.
We just did all that bullshit. And if we see each other at Walmart right now, what happened, fool? What's good? You good? Yeah, I'm straight. We going on about this.
Heck no. Hey, that's
what it means to be made in the 1980s.
You dig? Hey. Absolutely. Oh man. So I was trying to think of what I could share here. And I ain't even sure. So what I'm gonna do is give y'all a good range of just things. I'll give you things to do, right? Even though I've had the pleasure of being outside, peak 20s, for New Year's Eve, and one New Year's night, ironically, it was literally 20 years ago now, because it was 2004, about to turn into 2005. And in that night, this is all before midnight, ladies and gentlemen, I had gotten drunk because I was not going to drive. We had gotten pulled over by the police. And the driver, to this day, we thought did the dumbest move ever, is that he followed the cop back to LaGrange Police Department because he ran out of tickets. Now, granted, I was like, hey, if he ain't got no citations in the book, that ain't us. We gonna live to fight another day. You need to punch it and go through this and get to this damn party out in Bolingbrook. Stupid advice. We did not do it. We waited for him to get a ticket. I was like, yo, we waited. I was like, yo, we missing a lot. And then from there, and I'm skimming through the story because I'm not going to tell this whole story, but let's just say that we ended up at the party. I saw one of my coworkers' breasts while her sister walked in to the room, which is who I really was trying to get at. And then we started off 2005 with a phrase that said, oh man, this is a nice house. I'm going to get back on my old school shit and start stealing. But I'm not going to share that story with you guys today. I'm going to tell you how really, especially in Freeport, the best place to be on New Year's Eve was watch night service. Because it really was. Some of the greatest laughs of my teenage life happened at watch night service. Now, for some of these stories, we're going to have to revamp this and have J-Dub come back on the show.
Oh, shit.
Because, of course, it was me, Dub, Kev, and now that was a trio at First Church of God, 484 South Ottawa, Freeport, Illinois. But man, when I tell you, from what was it, blind people showing up that could end up seeing by the time they left into the new year, to song selections that didn't seem the holiest, or maybe just a Negro spiritual that you had no idea existed, or even if it was just simply you reacting to some of the prayer requests because you might know that person, or you know they did that, and maybe just maybe they need to do their time. It happens at watch night service. And if you never thought that Jesus could be so fun on the last day of the year and the final hour of the year, boy, oh boy, are you mistaken. Even though I have been outside for quite a few NYEs, I'm not the biggest fan of going out on New Year's Eve. Usually if it hasn't been for work or for a date, I try my best to stay around the crib or in the crib. But I must say that whether it's for a laugh or it's for a spiritual cleansing that you actually plan to keep throughout the year, man, you should check out Watch Night Service, man. It's I'm trying to I don't want to inaccurately tell this story, but what came to my mind is somebody showed up to one of our services, and I want to say he had two rusty train track nails in his hand, and he was trying to tell the story of Jesus and how he was done similarly with, like, having the nails driven like through his hands or something like that. But I don't want to just misquote, because that may not have been Watch Night Service. It may not have been. But man, rest in peace to my grandma, because even a couple times she got caught there laughing right with me, even though she wanted me to straighten up and listen to what was going on. I was like, Grandma, he in here acting a fool. Like, you guys, like, I know you hear this. I know you hear this. So, if you're looking for an option, if you're not with the fam, if you don't have a hot date, and if you just don't feel like being too brave on New Year's Eve, my suggestion to y'all, pull up on a watch night service. It's a barrel of laughs.
Any and everybody that knows you, as you thought back on watch night service, so much went through your mind like, I can't tell that. I shouldn't tell that.
Yeah.
I should bring that up.
Yeah.
That was lit.
Yeah, hey, listen. The first thought that came to my mind as I was talking, I was like, wait, you know what? This is gonna be the one episode that all of them watch. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Hey, look, yo, I'm chilling because I remember some things too vividly, Wayne. And I was just like, you know what? Nah, I better not do it. Not for free anyway. Now look, if y'all, hey, look, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all ever want to be a guest on May the 1980s? We'll do a Patreon exclusive. And we will tell these stories. But other than that, hey, look, happy 2025 to all of y'all out there. Man, we sincerely appreciate you checking out this show every single week. I don't care if you've been listening since episode 1. I don't care if you came in on episode 31. Thank you. This show has been a true blessing to me. This show is growing faster than I expected. I love what it represents. I love what it's going to represent in the future. Wang, again, I say thank you for being a part of this journey with me for the majority of it. And thank you to all of you. Over 1,000 of y'all, okay? To be clear, you know what I'm saying? Over 1,000 of you have downloaded this show, and we are just getting started. We started this on I think it was like the 12th week of the year because this is only like episode like 40 or whatever. But man, I can't wait for the entire year of Made in the 1980s episodes. Thank you so much again. And of course, even as we get into the new year, consensually, it's love.